Hello beautiful people and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, it's great to have you. If you're returning, it's good to see you again. In today's video, you'll receive my channeled message, plus a page from the Daily Angel Guidance book and also a card from the Universal Love Healing deck, as well as a little bit of coaching mixed in amongst all of this. If you enjoyed today's video, please like the video, subscribe to my channel, and also click on the notifications bell so you'll be notified when I upload tomorrow's cat's message of the day. Today is all about, are you a respectful communicator? What does that actually mean? There are so many people in our society that actually would prefer to talk to you than to speak with you. How many times in a conversation do you feel like someone is pointing the finger at your forehead because they're telling you what you need to do, telling you you need to do something, rather than asking, what can you do about that? What are you doing about that? So it's about really being mindful of you being a respectful communicator. Let's get into the message. How to be a respectful communicator. Ask, don't tell. Firstly, are you the style of communicator that speaks to people rather than share with people? I like that word, rather than speak. You can choose. Do you say things like, you should do this, you need to do that, why don't you try this? Why don't you do that? Do this, do that. And you may even say other things. That's telling. Because if someone has come to you with a situation, they could be just sharing and offloading whatever they're feeling in that moment. And so they're just sharing. And what happens is the listener comes back and starts telling them what they need to do. And I absolutely respect it's coming from a good intention. It's wanting to assist them. And you know, I'm going to absolutely put my hand up. I tend to be a bit like that, and it's something that I am practicing, and I really do need to improve in this area because I'm a coach. So many people come to me and they may be sharing what's ever going through. I go and put my coach hat on and I'm endeavoring to assist them to find a solution. I am far more aware, though, of speaking with them rather than telling them. I don't tell because I don't even use the word, and still it does pop up occasionally. However, I'm never going to say I'm going to tell you something. I just don't use those words in a sentence, right? And I know that this message is as much for me as it is for all of you. And you need to do this and you need to do that. I used to use that a fair bit, even in my coaching, and I do feel that I've really pulled back on that. And if those of you who know me and say, Kat, you haven't, I absolutely want it in the comments, because it's about being aware, right? I love the feedback. I feel I've improved, however, maybe I have not. And it comes that often I wear my coaching hat. So if you're a person that you feel a lot of people come to, are you telling or are you asking? So just a question. Now, when we go into a space of telling, this is now really sharing with you, how is the listener feeling when you're telling them that they need to do this, they need to do that? What are they feeling? What are they emotionally feeling? Yeah, what's all the thoughts that are going through there when you go, well, why don't you do this? You need to do that, right? Sometimes it can take you off balance. So the listener can perceive it, that even that maybe you're yelling at them, they're being told what to do. You can even make someone feel stupid by offering all of the solutions, but in the way of need and telling. And there's a multitude of other feelings. But one predominantly is you may just stop them from feeling heard. And that's so lacking in our society. So if you are a teller, maybe become an asker. And just maybe you will make so many people feel heard just by using. And you know what I've learned is if someone really wants my assistance, they ask for it. But I'm more of the person that I do endeavour to come from a place of asking and say, well, have you thought about this? What are your thoughts on this? So I offer them, it's just perspective, right? So I thought I'd go through I wanted to share with you 3 questions that you can, to assist you to really become more of a respectful communicator. And it's all about evoking thought for the speaker, yeah? So ask questions like, have you thought about a solution? Do you have a solution? Have you got clarity on what's going on, or do you need some assistance, right? You can ask in that form. And is there anything that I can do to assist you? So there's probably 4 questions. But see how I'm actually being there to support them, but I'm just invoking and I'm asking questions, because then it gives them the opportunity to say, nah, Kat, you know what, I'm not really sure what's going on. What are your thoughts? And then that's when you can offer a solution or a perspective. I still go, well, you know what, have you thought about this? I do say thought about, because it's just about evoking thought, right? And that's it. The more questions you ask, the more you learn about the person or the situation. Stop telling and start asking. I love that. I poke a lot and I love asking questions, because the more questions I ask, the more that person then has to find the answers. So in essence, think about it, come back with a response, which then evokes thought and often assisting them to find clarity for themselves. That is why I ask a lot of questions, or I say, do you know your why? Right? I would go, I don't know. And I go, well, blah, blah, blah. Have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? So I want them to find it. So moving forward, they have the skill to find whatever it is going on with them on their own. So I really hope that that's something that you choose to become a respectful communicator and stop telling and start asking. Yeah? So what does the book have for us today? Notice sounds. I like that. All right. So before I read this, if you'd like to close your eyes with me and take a deep breath, just so you can absorb all the words from this message. Today we'll work together in a non-physical energy of sound to elevate your frequency. You've probably already noticed your heightened auditory awareness, which is part of your elevated frequency. Your increased sensitivity allows you to hear the voice of angels, as well as permitting you to be conscious of how sound affects you. You're probably already aware that the type of music you're attracted to, as well as the other personal preferences about volume and tone. Today we ask you to tune into further in and become acutely aware of everything that you hear internally and externally, right? Use your awareness to tease out all of the various sounds and blend together. Which do you find pleasant and or unpleasant? How do they affect your physical and emotionally, right? How do they affect you physically and emotionally? The more you become aware of the sound effects on you, the more your sensitivity level can increase, which is part of your elevated energy frequency. We can ask you to honor your receptiveness and know that it is truly a gift. Thought for today. I tune into the sounds around me, noticing how each affects me. I trust the feelings that arise in response to every noise, and I honor my increasing sensitivity as the gift that it is. Now, I was like, how is this relevant? And then the last bit in the thought for today. Noise can be someone speaking to you with their tone. And what this is again highlighting is really listen to the noise that you're hearing from people's words, and then really tap into how those words are making you feel. Now, we spoke about being told and telling. The word telling in itself just sits this unease. I see this pointer doing this when someone says, can I tell you something? It's like, no. That's what I'd like to say. No, don't tell me. Share with me, sure. So this is really about identifying the words and sounding out words, and then how does it make you feel, right? Like the word tell at times can really aggravate me. It's like, tell is so directive, and look it up in the dictionary. When you look up the definitions of words, you can realize that often we just use the words because others do, and we're not really sure of the full intention of the word. And it absolutely came out today in a session where he says, oh, I just say think because everyone else does. And I'm like, yeah, that's the problem, is we're using words, and do we really know the definition or the intention behind the words that we're using, right? So I want to speak to you, I want to speak with you. Two different feelings when I hear those. So what are the words, like you need to do this and you need to do that? When someone is saying that to you, how are you feeling? Like, is it frustrating you? Are you getting angry, or do you feel overwhelmed? What is it feeling? And the person isn't aware that you've just shut down. You're not listening to anything. Yeah? So if you are a person that may be using that tone, there's a different tone when you use a word. You need to do this rather than have you thought about. Listen to the two different tones, right? I want to keep people open. I don't want to shut them. And for me, to ask questions keeps them open because they need to reciprocate the conversation rather than just being told what to do. Yeah? I hope that this message was beautiful because it was tune in to the frequencies and identify how certain words make you feel. Right. Let's keep moving along. Divine guidance. As soon as I really discuss about feelings, divine guidance presents itself. And this is just really affirmed that you do have your guides. You have your own inner guidance, your own inner compass, your own inner feelings. It's for you to take the time to tap into them. What words really don't make you feel comfortable, or what words really can make you feel closed? Do you feel that if someone's saying you need to do this and do that and do this, how does it make you feel in that moment? Do you feel like, stop telling me what to do? Or do you feel that they're quite abrupt in their tone? And I absolutely know in the past, on my reflection, I feel that I absolutely, more than likely, absolutely, just going to say that, would have been perceived as quite harsh. Yeah? And I'm telling, you need to do this, especially my coaching, because my tone goes up and I'm like, oof. So I made a conscious effort to really be more aware when I use that word in that sentence, and I still do. However, I've noticed I'm catching myself midway through the sentence. No, take that back. I take that back. I didn't mean need. Have you thought about da-da-da-da? Yeah. So know that you are divinely guided, and this card has come up recently a couple of times. All right, let's go straight to the card and wrap this up. Divine guidance. Need to learn my alphabet. Boy. All right, before I read this card, if you want to close your eyes and take a deep breath with me. Whew. Look within for the answers. Follow your intuition, your inner guidance. Listen to your heart. Follow your instincts and gut feeling. Yeah, there you go. Even if it feels strange, go with what you feel energetically drawn to. Explore what you are energetically drawn to do. Stop and listen, really listen. Stop and feel, really feel. Let yourself go deep. The greatest wisdom is inside you. I literally just finished sharing that, and I'm going, for those of you who feel that people are telling you what to do, trust in your own inner guidance. Know that you are divinely guided. The answers are within you. And really become, tap into the frequencies of some people. You'll know the ones who tell you what to do and others who are going to ask you, who are going to be there to support you. Therefore, really make the conscious decision that, you know what, if I've got some things I need some clarity on, or I just need to vent, choose the people in your close proximity that can speak to you, speak with you rather than to you, right? It's so important. Know the people who you speak with about certain things, because they're going to be there to hear you and actually ask you questions to really often guide you to find your own answers, yeah? Because only you know what's right for you. I don't know what's right for you. Nobody else knows what's right for you other than self. And so why wouldn't you look for the guidance and the divine guidance within? The answers are within you. We talk about gut instinct. We speak about our gut instinct. And that's exactly what we're speaking about, is your inner knowing, your inner guidance. So learn to trust in it and just be mindful of who you share things with. Know the people who are going to tell you, and know the people who are going to ask you. So I hope today that you gained something little. And please know that you do matter. You really matter. You are your most valuable asset, so invest in you every day. If you enjoyed today's video, I'd be so grateful if you'd like the video, subscribe to my channel, also click on the notifications bell so you'll be notified when I upload tomorrow's Cat's Message of the Day. I want to thank you for spending your time with me, as I respect your time is extremely valuable. So thank you. And for today, take care.